is heavy. Not just sometimes, not just in some seasons. It's constant. It doesn't really let up. You can move through your day. You can change the environment. You can change the people. But it's still there. It's in the background. It's in your body. It's in your thoughts. And after a while, people stop questioning it. We stop questioning it. It becomes normal. There was somebody living like that. Nothing extreme, nothing unusual, just carrying it every day. And eventually, they stopped expecting anything different too. But then they noticed something. Not an explanation, not an answer, just a difference. There's a place where it didn't look as heavy. And there were people there, and they weren't holding it the same way. They weren't ignoring it, they just weren't under it. And that stood out. So, they moved towards it. And then, they stepped into it. But everything just slowed down. Not completely gone, but it was different. Lighter. It was manageable. They could breathe. And no one made it hard to be there. No resistance, no pressure, just space. And for that moment, that was enough. But then something didn't add up. People started leaving, and they expected that it would just come back on them. But it didn't. They walked back into the same world and stayed steady. That didn't make sense. So they tested it. They stepped back out. And it hit them immediately. No delay, no buffer, just wait. And now it felt heavier than before because they had something to compare it to. So the next time that they saw that place, they didn't drift towards it. They went straight to it. And again, it worked. The relief came back. But this time, they weren't just experiencing it, they were relying on it. And that changes things. Even if nothing else looks different, they started paying attention in a different way. To the space, to movement, to who was coming in. And when someone new showed up, it wasn't neutral anymore. There's a thought, not loud, but clear enough. Don't lose this. And they didn't say anything. They didn't mean anything by it. But the way that they held their position, it started to affect the space. It was so subtle at first, but it was noticeable. And over time, that place that felt open just felt different. So let's talk about what we just watched, because there was something in there that felt off. It might not have been obvious, it wasn't a loud thing, but you saw it. No one became the bad person, no one said anything wrong, but something shifted. And that doesn't just happen in the story. And that does happen here. That happens in this room. That happens in this group. That happens with us. Not just with New Hope students, but churches all over the place. What changed in the story wasn't the umbrella, and it wasn't the people. It was how one person held the umbrella. At first, it was relief. They were welcomed in. They could breathe. They were rest. And that was real. That was real relief. But when they left, and it didn't last, when they stepped back into the real world, everything just came crashing back down. Meanwhile, even they saw people leave, and they seemed fine. They were still light. They were still okay. And that's the moment that matters, because now there's a question. Why does it work for them, and why doesn't it work for me? And if you're not careful, you could answer that question the wrong way. You start thinking, well, I just need more of this. I need more time here. I need more of this group. I need more of this feeling, which isn't a bad thing. Don't hear the youth director saying that you shouldn't spend time at church. But this can turn into something else. When you come back, you're not just enjoying it, you're depending on it. And in that moment, that's where our actions change. Even if you don't mean it to. You start to hold the spot a little tighter. That you notice when things become different. You feel it when someone new walks in. Like something is being taken away. And that's where things begin to shift. When this becomes the only place where you feel okay, you start holding on to it differently. You protect it. And when you protect it, it gets smaller. Not because the place changed, but because you're postured it. Now, I want us to listen carefully, because this part matters. This gathering, what we do here together, it is a real place of rest. This is a space where you can breathe, where you don't need to carry anything by yourself anymore, where you can experience God and His people. That's good. That's what this place is for. That's what it's supposed to be. But this is not your source of safety. Your source of safety is Jesus. If this is the place, if this is the only place where you feel close to God, something is missing. If this is the only place where you feel like yourself, something is off. Because what God gives you here is meant to be taken with you, not just stay here. Those people in the story, the ones that left the umbrella that went back out into the rain, they didn't lose their safety when they left, because they weren't just getting it from the umbrella. They already had it, and they carried it with them. And this is where it comes back to us. If you come into this room trying to get what you don't have, you might start taking from the room. That you'll need it to stay the same. You'll need it to feel a certain way. You'll need people to act a certain way. And when this happens, this place gets heavy. It gets tight. And it gets harder for someone new to step in and to feel what you had once felt. But when you come in already walking with Christ, already feeling that safety, you don't have to take from the space anymore. You can help build it. You make the space. You notice the people. You let things change without feeling like you're losing something. So here's the shift that I want us to make. When you come here, I want you to look for moments where you can find Christ and you can take parts of Him for yourself. Look for moments to where you can meet God personally. If your eyes are open, you will see Him, and you can take that safety and that hope and that joy and that love. You can take it out with you. You're not stuck here with it. That you're free to share it. You're free to make space. And you're free to walk back into the rain without losing what you found.